Hello and welcome back to the vlog. Today, I'd like to talk to you about something that I've wanted to discuss for a while, but I've never known how to go about doing it. And it's to do with anxiety. You see, one of the reasons there is even this YouTube channel is because of anxiety. Things happened back in 2013, and I needed something to act as a distraction. Something that would have deadlines, something that would give me the ability to learn things. And it turned out that YouTube was a good match. It meant I needed to learn how to edit videos, do sound editing and all that sort of stuff. And the deadlines were getting videos out so that people could not only watch them, but interact and maybe even comment on them. So that was then. And I kind of wanted to talk about it, but it's a difficult thing to talk about until something happened fairly recently. I asked a girl out. Like a real girl. Like a one that's not a robot. Like a human girl. That might not seem significant. And anyone who knows me, I'm going to stop you there because you don't know who I'm talking about, because I've not talked about it with anyone. As far as I know, there's 2 people that know about it, maybe more if, you know. But it's significant because of anxiety. Because asking someone out is, telling someone you have feelings for them, that's a big thing. And the anxiety that I've had has stopped me ever doing that. They are the first person I've ever asked out. And it's like, wait, hang on a minute, how do you get to this? And not ask someone out? Well, to be clear, I've been out with people, I've been asked out, but I've never asked anyone out because the anxiety acts as this little monster within you. It causes a feedback loop. And what it does is you think, I want to do this. And then your anxiety sort of creeps in slowly at first, and then it just builds up and up and up. And it says, well, no, what if they say no? What if they say yes? What if this happens? What if that happens? And in the past, it's just been easier to turn around and just go and play video games. So yeah, I asked this person out. Oh, what did they say? They said no. They were polite about it. In fact, in saying no and just being as nice as they were, they kind of blew through all of that anxiety, and it was good in a way. Basically, I now know what it feels like to do what I did. Nothing changed. The world is still turning, as far as I know. I'm still me. They are still themselves. They weren't mean about it. They didn't go on social media and go, "Oh, this guy's a bit of a nerd," you know. So, yeah, it's a good experience to sort of face that little monster within you and actually come out the other side with that experience. Now, I'm going to be clear. I'm not about to jump onto Tinder or Twitter or Tumblr or anything else beginning with a T and start swiping all over the place, because I kind of feel that if you are going to ask someone out, then you should really only ask them out if you think you can live with them, if you think you could buy a house with them, or if you think you could buy a cat with them. So, life pro tip. Oh, okay, no. Let's scrap all of that, because only ever ask someone out if you think you can buy a cat with them. Or get a cat from a rescue center. It's a kind of important thing. So, what has that got to do with video games? Nice, glad you asked. It got me thinking after the fact. I was like, because I do that. Well, away from the microphone, I am a very quiet person. Anyone who knows me will know that I am very quiet. This thing has to be amped up quite a lot for anyone to hear me on the internet anyway. So I was thinking, just as you do, the anxiety, the way you combat anxiety is basically the same in any given scenario or media. And when you're playing like a scary game, say Amnesia, The Dark Descent, or something that's not scary, but has scary elements like a survival game, like Stranded Deep. You kind of have to do the same thing. You have to face whatever the monster is and lose a life to the monster. Go and say hello to it immediately, because what that will do is that will give you an experience of that scenario, and then you won't be nearly as afraid of it going forward in the future. So this is, yeah. So basically on the channel, Stranded Deep is an excellent example. If you don't play video games, if you've never played a video game, or if you do but don't know what Stranded Deep is, I'll give you a quick rundown. It's super basic. You play a survivor, the sole survivor of an airplane crash, an air accident. Airplane goes down. You are the only one to get out. The pilot's gone. He's in the water somewhere, chumming the water with his dead body. And it takes place in a Pacific archipelago. So there's lots of islands. There's a lot of water, like an awful lot of water. And the developers, it's Ben and Sam who make Beam Team games, and they work out of Brisbane, I think, in Australia. They have put an awful lot of time and effort into making the water look perfect. The ocean is absolutely brilliant. In fact, I can tell this because if you go that direction behind me for about 10 minutes, you will get to the ocean. So in this game, it looks very, very realistic. There are big waves, big rolling waves. There are wavelets. There are seahorses, white caps out at sea. It is very well done. And at different times of the day, at midday, the ocean is bright blue and sparkling and inviting, and you kind of want to swim in it. In the evening, the ocean becomes dark and foreboding, and at night, it's just like, yeah, we ain't going in there. It's so well done that if you have thalassophobia, a fear of deep, open water, it can kind of trigger that. So the game starts, and it puts you in a little life raft. Little orange life raft, and you are, I don't know, 100 feet from one of these Pacific islands, sand, palm trees, and everything. And you're standing up and you're kind of looking around. Now, if you've never played a video game, think of it like watching a movie where eventually the surround, everything around you, the keyboard, the walls, the lights, and everything, they all disappear. And you were kind of drawn into the story, drawn into the world. Well, that's great. Until one of the bad guys appears in the form of a tiger shark. A tiger shark, a 1-ton fish with lots of teeth. And the way it likes to say hello is to bite your face off. And it appears silently. And you can see it as it moves through the water around the boat. It will come to investigate because you are in its territory. You're in its world. And what it does is it comes to say hello, and it might nudge the raft. It might tip the raft over if you don't do anything. And it's terrifying because it just appears silently. And if you have thalassophobia, or if you have any sort of fear of being eaten by sharks, it kind of plays on that. It is a terrifying thing to experience. So on the channel, I have done just over 250 gameplay videos, about half an hour each. A quarter of the videos on this channel are Stranded Deep videos. And in all of that time, I've been avoiding the sharks. We've seen them underwater when we've been swimming around trying to get loot to survive from sunken wrecks and things. But we've always got out of the water because their presence is just terrifying. And it wasn't until recently when Ben and Sam did an update for Stranded Deep, and they introduced split screen co-op. So I was doing a video explaining to people who may have been away from the game for a while all the features that have been added. And what I did was at the end of the video showed people split screen co-op. So I put player 1 on an island, and we took player 2, and we sort of looked at the character models and everything. And then, because you can ragdoll someone who's been knocked out in the game, so if one of the players gets knocked out, poisoned, or effectively killed or whatever, you should be able to pick their body up and help them. it's one of the features. So I was like, well, I need to test this as part of this video. So I took the controller, drove player 2 out into the sea to find a tiger shark so we could get killed. In my mind, I know it's a video game, but it was terrifying. It was almost as if we were going to be really eaten by a shark. And by doing this, by seeking this monster out, and by experiencing what the game actually has to offer, it wasn't that bad. I mean, the thing did appear from behind us silently, and that was a bit of a freak out moment. But apart from that, the behavior is fairly realistic. It'll give you a little nibble, first of all, which, 1-ton fish with lots of teeth giving you a nibble is going to be painful in real life, but in the game, it doesn't matter. And it swims away, and it comes back, and it does all its little attack things. But it wasn't that bad. It turns out for 250 episodes, I've been worrying about something that actually shouldn't have really been worrying about. And I think that goes with a lot of anxieties. You make things up to be more than they are, and you can put things off for years and years and years. This, for example. Oh yeah, why did she say no? Either she's not looking for a relationship, or either she's not looking for this. I think it's a bit of column A, column B. But that's between her and the Almighty. As far as the shark goes, they want all of this. All of it. They want to eat your face off, because that's what sharks do. But in the game, there's a screen between us and it. It ain't gonna hurt us. And talking to people doesn't hurt. So I think the moral of the story is that if you have anxieties, and if it's safe to do so, confronting that monster, whether it's in you or outside, is good, because it gives you the experience. And next time things happen, you'll be better equipped to deal with it. I'm not going to say that the anxiety won't be there. If I do find somebody else and I do ask them out, I'm still going to have that sort of really high heart rate, and things are going to be a little bit wobbly. And if I do jump into the sea in a video game with sharks, then things again are going to be a little bit wobbly, but in a very different way. But that experience is going to help us out. So, yeah. Oh, in closing, the other thing that Stranded Deep has helped us do, because thalassophobia, I'm not just saying that, I really don't like deep open water. But, bought wetsuit. Yeah, so bought wetsuit this year. This year's been a lot of overcoming fears and stuff. And I've been in the sea, snorkeling, in the deep parts of the sea as well. Is it terrifying? Sometimes. Have I been eaten by anything? No. Are there sharks in the area? I mean, there's short-fin blue sharks, and there's basking sharks, one of which might eat you if you really, really provoke it, and the other one might give you a nasty suck. But apart from that, no, nothing bad's happened so far. So, yeah, it's been an interesting time. Interesting times. So don't put off facing your anxieties. Do something about it. Just say hello to the monster. Next time, more food. I've been looking in the cupboard, and there is a ton of, if you're American, candy, if you're British, sweets, which are way past their use-by date. So let's eat them and see if we can't poison ourselves once more. But until next time, I'm going to leave it there. If you like these vlogs, leave a comment, leave a like, leave a subscribe, click the little bell if you do subscribe, and if nothing happens, then go over to the Facebook page, because the Facebook page will also be the place where I let people know if I'm live streaming with James on James's channel. Oh, that was a lot heavier than I thought it might be. But you know what? I'll catch you.